Top 10 Unusual Celebrities' Houses. For Hollywood's elite, vast mansions, yachts, and personal pools are just about a given. However, once the planet is your oyster and each whim is catered for, some stars yearn for one thing over your average mega mansion. From Celine Dion's water park and Rihanna's high-security defensive structure to Ken Smith's Palace on Wheels and Tom Ford's Wild West City, click or scroll on to get the swaggering celebrities who've thrown out the important estate rulebook. 10. Kat Von D's ghoulish Gothic mansion. Over the years, we have seen some actually unimaginable properties. However, nothing quite compares to the house of renowned tattoo creative person, model, and bourgeois, Kat Von D. The television star is understood for her distinctive sense of favor. However, her home actually captures her aptitude for the dramatic. In January 2022, she listed her historic Gothic mansion for a cool $15 million, £11.1 million, and it comes with one seriously cool feature, a Crimson athletic facility. 9. Flea's retro-futuristic California pad. Inside, the interiors are even as uncommon because of the putting exterior. The first suite options this art movement, a curved penny-tiled toilet that has views across the court and therefore the breathless slope on the far side. The 5.7-acre compound's second house dates all the manor back to the 1950s. The first structure was engineered for acclaimed creator Richard Neutra's secretary, Dorothy Sarolnik. Its interior continues to be exploding with 1960s-era mod cons, like a settee with an intrinsic machine and a rather handy slippery breakfast area. 8. Jimmy Fallon's whimsical NY townhouse. Built in 1883, the Queen Anne-style property was at just once 4 separate residences. However, Fallon and his better half, Sidi Juvenin, undertook an intensive renovation, turning it into one vast 4,950-square-foot family home. Whereas the outside offers lots of brownstone curbing attractiveness, the inside is adorned with vintage wallpapers, eclectic furnishings, and vibrant accessories that create it actually one of a kind. 7. Rihanna's super secure LA fortress. Singer and Fenty founder Rihanna is not an intruder to awful land. However, one property very stands out. In June 2014, the Umbrella singer began dealing out new digs in Los Angeles for $60,000, £45,000, a month. The imposing 12,000-square-foot house, which is nicknamed the Fortress, encompasses a distinctive steel and concrete facade and many safety features, creating it an ultra-safe hiding place for the star. 6. Robert Downey's son's historic Hamptons windmill. Why board a daily mansion if you'll board a windmill? Or a minimum of? That's most likely what parliamentarian Downey's son was thinking once he purchased a former toy in the form of a functioning windmill. Settled within the affluent city of East Hampton, New York, the pad offered the star vogue and safety. 5. Rufus Wainwright's Hollywood Hills Fairytale Cottage. American-Canadian singer, ballad maker, and musician Rufus Wainwright discovered his love of fairy tales once he bought a transcendental property in California. With turrets, balconies, and romantic design, it is your typical storybook castle dropped at life. 4. Shaquille O'Neal's deluxe Florida mega mansion. Located within a gated golf community in Isleworth, Florida, the game star's home takes full advantage of its beautiful natural surroundings and comes kitted out with a 95-foot-long pool, tub, and collapsible shelter commanding Lake Manservant. Plus, driving enthusiasts are sure to appreciate the large showroom-style garage that homes O'Neal's spectacular automobile assortment. 3. Lady Gaga's quirky Laurel Canyon compound. Gaga splashed just below $5.3 million, £4 million, on the historic direct Laurel Ravine, California, simply a couple of months before Emotional, her 5th studio album, Joanna. Once owned by Valley Girl singer Frank Zappa, Gaga was the primary person outside of the star's family to decide on the property home. Zappa purchased the 6-bedroom direct 1968 for simply $75,000, £57,000, and went on to rework it into the treasure-hoarded wealth it's today. 2. Celine Dion's water park estate in Florida. The property was supposed to be an abode for Dion and her family to avoid the paparazzi. Nevertheless, it's something however subdued. The water park includes multiple pools, a span, and slides, whereas the property advantages from a court, house, and diverse guest homes. 1. Cat Smith's extravagant $1 million motorhome. Inside, the superb motorhome encompasses a grand total of 14 TVs, so Smith and guests will relish endless motion picture marathons. Arguably the foremost spectacular feature is that the granite room, price a thumping $200,000, £149,000. However, there's conjointly an animal skin ceiling, a wardrobe space, and an unmanned mirror with, you guessed it, a TV put in behind it.